why they sell.
Well, there is a definite chill in the Northern California air, Coach, but still a wonderful afternoon for football at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Mexico City Golden Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
50. 52. Here we go. Watch safety three. Watch safety three. That's it.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10.
On second down, it's Hunt. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it first and 10 at their own 46. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, a run with Breida. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida with touchdown number 23 here on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory.
The 16-yard line. 62 yards on the play. First down, Mexico City.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he coughed it up. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40, 30, 10, 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Mike. 319. Monday. Alert. I got one. Shift.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On the delay, here's Hunt. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They do go for it. Here's Allen. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Here we go. 180.
March 49. Let's go, defense.
On first down, here's Breida. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the 20-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
49. 49's the mic. 49's the mic. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, gun.
He's coming.
We got double up.
49.
Garoppolo. And he's got it. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now Gold for the extra point. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, check.
57. Here we go.
Half.
Rush in.
Here we go.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Watkins on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now Allen. And it is incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface, but I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced them there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher.
Here we go. Ready? Lock.
Watch the shift.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But there, Allen hit. He lost the football. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. Better ball security, but not much else to show for it.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
On 3rd down, Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Here's Allen. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
49. Here we go.
They run with Breida. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season, as his guys continue to pour it on. Gold with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that? Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Double tight. We got 4. We got 4.
I got you. Hey, gun.
That's me.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
42. Golden Eagles, nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up.
Alert! He's 59. Mike the 59. It's coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go.
On third and long, it's Allen. Forced out to his left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because...
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. But he will not make the first down marker, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Matt Breida with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year as his guys continue to pour it on. Gold with the extra point, and a route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Gets past one man. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
First down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Throwing on first down is Allen. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
All right, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 180.
49 to Mike. Nice, sweetheart.
21. I got this.
Mike, 49. I got him. Mike's 49.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Breida. Swat it, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So that one will be accepted.
Next to score, Niners 56.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
180. Middle.
57's the Mike. I got you.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he finds Tyler Kroft.
Complete to Tyler Kroft.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
56.
34-yard line.
Here's Allen to throw it. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Allen. He's going deep for Brown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
Let's go.
Intercepted. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
Richie James on the return. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here.
Here we go.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And Garoppolo, maybe a free play. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
49.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Second down and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
And here's Allen to throw again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football now. 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and is coming to the game, so you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things?
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. And the 49er hands team does its job. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Watch out, man.
This is Breida. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now it's Breida. A beautiful fake. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Hey, gun.
Let's get in there, Harry.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
It's our field.
21.
It's our field.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Here we go. Hey, alert! 36.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31, as his guys continue to pour it on. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They'll run again with Hunt. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Five wide.
Mike to 59.
Middle. Kill.
Allen off the play fake. Dancing to his left. He can run. Allen hit. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Gould with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
And it's third down.
Switch. Slam.
Throwing is Allen on third. And the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Going for it on 4th down. Allen, he gets it to Brown, complete. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues.
Alert!
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
2 yards on the play. First down, Golden Eagles.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Five wide. He's coming, double up.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. Here's a handoff left side to Breida. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Hey, gun.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Completes it to Samuel. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. 180. 21.
Silver. Hey, switch gears.
Now a give to Breida. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Niners 84, Golden Eagles 7. Robbie Gould to kick
After the
off.
touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work.
And now here's another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On the handoff, this is Breida. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will score. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Here we go. Like 20. 21.
Let's go, D. Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2. To throw is Garoppolo. That's caught. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going
forward. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And he's going to be stopped short of a 1st down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Check 4. Pass 85. Pass 85. Hey, tight.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And able to find John Brown. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Brown, the lone receiver, left. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Second and goal from the 1.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is third and goal. To throw, it's Allen, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Strip that ball.
Here's Allen. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Niners take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts.
Here we go.
And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win it.